सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि
सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा।
सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। ॐ या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला
या
या शुभ्रा शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता
शुभ्रवस्त्रवस्त्रावृता,
या
या
वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा
वरदण्डमण्डितकरा,
या
या
श्वेतपद्मासना
श्वेतपद्मासना,
या
या
ब्रह्मा च्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिः
श्रीशङ्करप्रभृतिः
देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती
सरस्वती
भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा
निःशेषजाड्यापः।
हरि ओम.
हरि ओम्।
Namaskar. Yes, we now enter into what is the third power of the Devi as identified by Sri Mahalakshmi. Yes. Anybody, if we can recollect something that we have seen last, so we form the link and move ahead.
Yes. Mahakali embodies force and strength. She is
Ji.
intense and full of passion. She shatters every limit and obstacle with a divine violence. She has a deep and passionate kindness. The timid and weak fear her, the strong love and worship her. She achieves her mission swiftly. She doesn't tolerate falsehood, treachery, and everything undivine. And she wakes us up with sharp pain.
Yes. Makes conscious, isn't it? The pain is especially for the wrongdoers, the haters of truth, the opposers of what is the divine will. They experience the pain and they are made conscious through pain. But her worshippers, they surrender to her, her will, and they have a painless expression, experience of bliss that comes from the grace of the Mahakali's force. It is also warm, it is also intense. The love also is equally intense for the devotees. So it is a power, and what is the right offering is something we had seen. If anybody can recollect, perhaps. Yes, anybody? What is the how does what is the offering which is the favorite of the
Ego,
mother?
right? I mean, you have to give
Yes,
up your ego, offer
we
your
have.
ego in the flame
Yes,
of
we have.
purification.
Yes, yes, we offer our ego, and when we offer, we become devotees of Mahakali. Our offerings also change. You see, the offerings have a different, we can say, a kind of ecstasy also automatically comes into us because she wants that offering which has to come with that intensity, with that force. So that is only the highest, the noblest, and the most supreme. That is the offering which is acceptable to her, and she takes us. You see, and her movement is always a lunging movement, a movement of suddenly striking with force. In the sadhaks, in her upasaks, what happens is sudden changes, breaking of barriers. What is troubling a person? All those troubles are with one swoop thrown down. These are all certain, we can say, powers of Mahakali. And then after Mahakali comes Mahalakshmi. Mahalakshmi is again a different power. Before we begin, let us just look at an illustration of Mahalakshmi. Yes, if anybody can see it, can you just describe something? What do you see here?
Beautiful
Okay, there's beauty. Beauty
beauty,
is all right. That is one thing Nandini ji has said. And Mahalakshmi is having beauty. Yes.
Bliss
loving,
Anything
and
else?
harmony. Bliss and harmony, I can say.
Bliss and
bliss and
harmony.
harmony. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, there is beauty, there is bliss, there is harmony. Okay, and
There's
anything else?
magic. There's magic.
Richness.
Okay. Okay, Rachna ji says magic and Nandini ji says richness. There's a golden aura. There is this beautiful light around her. As if she is, it is like she's weaving something with her hand movement, she's
Yes.
creating, isn't it?
Graceful.
Graceful, there is a grace also overflowing.
Mm.
And what is her expression? Is it like Mahalakshmi, or is it like Maheshwari, or is it different from
It's
both
different.
Maheshwari?
It's different.
What is the difference, if anybody can identify it? Yes, please. What do you think is different here in this particular form or this power of the Divine Mother, the Mahalakshmi Rupa? What is that difference?
She's closer, I feel, like she's
Okay, she
very
feels closer.
approachable. She's more
She,
approachable like I feel she's
it
just
feels
there.
okay.
Yeah.
Very subtle. I
And
think she's very subtle also.
she's very subtle and she looks like she's enjoying her work, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Yes. She's
She's,
so engrossed in her
yes, in
magna,
her block,
in her
we can say
blossom.
if
Yes.
uh, what does the what do the flowers signify? What do we see with the flowers and her connection with Mahalakshmi? Anything?
Beauty.
Lotus,
Lotus flower.
Yeah, lotus flower is there. And with,
Beauty.
peace.
okay, peace. Somebody
Yeah.
says peace.
And then I think the
Serenity.
lotus flower also is, despite its surroundings and the mud, it
Hmm.
still blooms, it still grows.
Okay.
So
So
nothing
we
can
can,
stop it from growing and
so,
and sharing its beauty with nature.
so it is something like a
Inherent quality.
blossoming. It's
Yes,
about a
blossoming.
blossoming of a
Yes.
consciousness, isn't it?
Yes.
It is now spreading, it is radiating that light, the aura. So, yes, these are all beautiful indications of Mahalakshmi's presence. When we see Mahalakshmi, or how do we identify her presence? It is the blossoming of these qualities around us. Mahalakshmi's presence is there in my garden. All flowers will blossom so beautifully. There will be beautiful light. All those trees that are blocking the light also will probably move, or only when I cut them, maybe with Mahakali's force, those that are blocking the light of the sun and letting the light fall everywhere else for the growth of these kind of flowers and this harmony. Again, that is Mahalakshmi's presence in the house. Mahalakshmi is present when there's a lot of Chaitanya. And
Aura
uh, yeah,
looks infinite here. The aura.
infinite. Yes,
Abundance. Yeah.
yes, a beautiful
Infinite
word
abundance.
actually. Abundance. That is again something more about this abundance in the sense.
It could be anything, abundance in terms of not necessarily just material wealth or something. It could be just even the flowers blossoming, that's also abundance. So it
So
could be everything going well.
Mahalakshmi's
Yeah, it's like abundance of grace.
okay. We see it's like it's abundance in the sense is you have a little you can understand, but this is so much. Say
Maybe
you
it could be
want
health,
yes,
wealth,
health,
knowledge, abundance
wealth,
in all the other, in all the fields, in all different.
real prosperity, if we wish to
Yes,
say, isn't it?
prosperity.
All right,
Yes.
all right. Yes, with this, let us see what Sri Aurobindo has described. What is this power of our Mahalakshmi? Let us, I just begin sharing the screen. Give me one moment. Yeah. Yes, I think it is visible, isn't it? Mahalakshmi. We are now looking at that particular power. Another nature's power, beyond wisdom and force, persists, which completes the others, and without which nothing perfect exists. It is Mahalakshmi, the mother's power, eternally beautiful, alluring and attractive is her charm, splendorous and wonderful. She knows the secret of manifesting harmonies in all things, Even the opposites unite. Her influence mesmerizes all beings. I repeat once more. Another nature's power beyond wisdom and force persists, which completes the others, and without which nothing perfect exists. It is Mahalakshmi, the mother's power, eternally beautiful, alluring and attractive. Is her charm, splendorous and wonderful. She knows the secret of manifesting harmonies in all things. Even the opposites unite. Her influence mesmerizes all beings. So, if Maheshwari was wisdom and Mahakali was force, where it is Mahalakshmi who is the goddess of harmonies, she is the harmonizing force. So, without Mahalakshmi, nothing. Without Mahalakshmi, nothing perfect. Nothing perfect can exist. This is the power that is eternal, and not just eternal, it is eternally beautiful. How is she? She is alluring. Alluring and attractive is her charm, splendorous and wonderful. She is charm incarnate, Vilasini. She will attract with her beauty also. And she knows the secret. She knows the secret of manifesting harmonies in all things. Even the opposites unite. Her influence mesmerizes all beings. This is an interesting aspect. Harmonies of even the opposites. In a meeting, there are sometimes two different factions, both fighting. If Mahalakshmi's force enters into that meeting, suddenly what is going to happen is even opposites will suddenly harmonize and find what is the way forward. That is the power of Mahalakshmi. It is about harmonizing. She is the one, she is the goddess born of yoga, and she is the one who makes yoga possible also. So, this is one thing we can see. Let's continue. The magic she weaves, and all beings yield to her secret direction, nudging all into Ananda's dance, veiled behind Maya's delusion. Maheshwari may appear too far and vast for the ordinary nature, and the weak may find too formidable Mahakali's stature. But this power of the mother steals everyone's heart from the others. Mahalakshmi's enticing attraction sets her apart. So she is, as somebody rightly pointed out, it is like she is weaving a magic. So the magic she weaves, and what she does, she weaves that magic, and everybody just yield to her direction. And what does she do? She takes everybody into the dance of Ananda. Wheel that is behind Maya's delusion, she slowly takes them towards Ananda. Maheshwari sometimes may appear too fast, too vast, and too far for the ordinary nature. Like, what is this supramental? I don't understand this. What is so vast beyond the mind? What is that higher intuition? I don't see that. Clairvoyance is far away from me. I can't understand what is Maheshwari's working. Somebody may say that. It might be too much for my mind to understand. And if I'm having a weak mind, I might find Mahakali's stature to be too formidable. If you see the weak and the timid, she does not spare them also. If you are a Mahakali's follower, weakness is not permitted at all. She is very forceful and she is that strength. So both of these sometimes make a person a little bit intimidated. Mahalakshmi does not intimidate anyone. She is the power that is winning everybody's hearts. Everybody, opposites also. Everyone just seek. And who does not want Mahalakshmi's grace? Isn't it? It's very difficult to find someone who is not going to want that because that is her way. And this is how this quality of the mother sets apart, sets itself apart from the others. All beings seek her proximity, enamored by her majesty, always. Beauty, grace, and flair emanate from her like sun rays. An aura of splendor sets wherever her compassionate eyes gaze. Her smile of love leaves the soul enraptured in a daze. All refining and blissful is the touch of her occult hands. Ananda's rivulets spring forth everywhere, wherever her feet lands. So if you see, all beings seek her proximity, enamored by her majesty always. Beauty, grace, and flair emanate from her like sun rays. An aura of splendor sets wherever her compassionate eyes gaze. Her smile of love leaves the soul enraptured in a daze. All refining and blissful is the touch of her occult hands. Ananda's rivulets spring forth everywhere, wherever her feet lands. So this is very interesting that everybody seeks her proximity. Why? Because it is that bliss. It is like, how do we say, like ants run after sugar, isn't it?
Hmm.
It is it's a natural reaction. It is something like that. Everybody they want that beauty, they want the grace, they want that flair which comes from Mahalakshmi's presence. And it is an aura which is splendorous. And it is her eyes are also very compassionate. Those eyes fall on those who are worthy or whom she decides. Wherever her eyes fall, that place there is a blossoming. Her smile of love leaves. One moment, I'll just. Yeah. Her smile of love leaves the soul enraptured in a daze, and the touch is so blissful. Her touch is that occult touch of Mahalakshmi. She also operates from the occult dreams. We don't understand it. But that is still an occult action. Why does Mahalakshmi's grace come? Why does it not come? You'll have to understand that probably. But she knows why she does that. But wherever it is, her touch is there. There is this Ananda. There are like rivers of Ananda coming from the touch. Wherever the feet of Mahalakshmi land, that particular place becomes sacred and blissful. That's her Leela. Let's continue. Her magnetism fascinates every mind and embodied soul. Even a delicate contact of hers transforms life as a whole. Despite her attractive nature, her presence is difficult to meet. Not every living soul does Mahalakshmi openly greet. Her demand is harmony and beauty, of soul and feelings, of thoughts, mind, deeds, worldly moments, life, and surroundings. I'll just repeat, this is very interesting. Mahalakshmi's grace, we want it in our life, but not everybody gets it. What are the conditions for receiving the grace? What are the terms and what are the demands of Mahalakshmi? That's something we would like to see. So, her magnetism fascinates every mind and embodied soul. Even a delicate contact of hers transforms life as a whole. Despite her attractive nature, her presence is difficult to meet. Not every living soul does Mahalakshmi openly greet. Her demand is harmony and beauty. Harmony and beauty is the demand. Mahalakshmi is, if you want Mahalakshmi's presence in your life, you have to manifest harmony. You have to manifest the beauty. Of what? Of soul, of feelings, of thoughts, of mind, deeds, worldly moments, life, and surroundings. Just let us look at this for a moment. What do you think is this demand that is being kept forward? Harmony and beauty of soul, feelings, thought, mind, deeds, worldly moments, life, and surroundings.
Complete surrender.
Okay, Maji says complete surrender. Yes, that is true. I mean, all the Devis are happy with complete surrender. But specifically looking at these particular aspects, what can we look at? Anybody? Can we just. Does Mahalakshmi's grace mean if I have lots of, say, FDs in my bank? I have grace of Mahalakshmi with me? Yes, a simple question. If I have lots of FDs in my bank,
No,
does
Not
that guarantee?
necessarily. I
it's
don't
not
think
Not
wealth.
necessarily.
not
Yeah,
necessarily.
wealth of one kind. It's not money, but it's that
Yes,
harmony, in the soul. So I
yes,
think it's again in synergy with Mahakali also, because
yes,
वो आपको यहाँ से वो pruning होता है ना, like, and यहाँ से
yes,
ये
yes.
शुरुआत होता है. So it's so beautiful. Yeah, it's like after that you reach this harmony of soul feelings, like it's so beautiful.
Our
Yeah, so true.
thoughts, our deeds, our word. Because what is the use? What is the use of just having wealth? But if I do not have harmony of life, isn't it? Some people focus on. I still remember one person telling me, don't do worship of any other Devi. This is the only Devi you should worship. That person even explained why we should not do worship of Shiva, but we can do worship of Kubera.
Mm.
Because Shiva is in Smashan, Kubera has got a lot of wealth, was his logic.
Mm.
Now, what a disharmonious thought it is.
Mm.
Completely disconnected from reality. Who was the one who blessed Kubera with the wealth? That is forgotten. It is this lust for material aspects which people run after, thinking if I accumulate more wealth, that indicates I have the power, but that is not the power of life. What is the use? I have a big bungalow, but my garden looks like a graveyard. What's the use? I have a big bungalow and everything is perfect inside. Yet there is no harmony of people. There's no harmony of thoughts. There's no harmony of vision. There is no what we can say, brilliant golden thoughts in anybody's mind. What is the use then? That is disharmony, isn't it? So this is what demand of Mahalakshmi is. She says demand of harmony and beauty. Beauty also. This is interesting. Many times people on the spiritual path discard. They say this is sharira, which is vyartha, or which is this what we call sthula, which is going to go waste ultimately. What is the use? It is a sharira. No, it is not that way. Mahalakshmi talks about beauty. Beauty in the sense, beauty does not have to be just superficial, isn't it? The meaning of what is beauty. There's shaucha, there's cleanliness, there's beauty in the surroundings, beauty in your place, beauty in your mind, beauty in your thoughts. Even the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks about taking care of the body also. Shariram Adyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam, as it is said by Kalidas, or as Krishna in the Gita says, Idam Shariram Kaunteya, this is the Kshetra. So if this is the Kshetra, you have a duty towards the Kshetra. You will be the Kshetrajna when you take care of your Kshetra. So your Kshetra can be your physical body, your life, your surroundings, people everywhere. You have to manifest harmony, you have to manifest beauty. That is what Mahalakshmi is demanding. And she just does not talk about outer one also. Beauty of the soul. Let your soul be as beautiful. And then comes the prosperity. The prosperity is the blessing. And what Shabari got, according to the legend of Shabari, what was it? It was beauty of the soul, isn't it? It was, she was like, what did she offer? She offered everything, whatever she could, but that was a beauty of the soul that she could offer this, what is the best and finest. She did, this is a sadhana of several years with a lot of patience. So that is something which we have to cultivate because the highest blessing ultimately is not anything but the complete realization, which is the highest dhana. That is the jnana only, isn't it? The realization, the knowledge. Satyam jnana dhanam praptam paramapadam. That is the highest realization that anybody can get. To get that again, I have to manifest harmony. I cannot, distort and make things ugly and then think I will get the blessing. Mahalakshmi will not bless such a place. That is what we can infer from this. If we are if we are in a place where we are feeling that, oh, I need the grace of Mahalakshmi, then just check why is there grace, why is the grace missing? Oh, maybe I'm not harmonizing my thoughts, I'm not harmonizing my feelings, I'm not harmonizing my interactions, I'm not harmonizing my deeds. What are the things that I'm doing? Let me start working on these things and just watch what a transformation takes place, because this is the necessary demand of Mahalakshmi herself. So let us continue. Where everyone heeds to the call and turns towards divinity, where towards her bliss world there is a revered affinity, where by all is sought her beautiful harmony and oneness, there she consents and manifests an atmosphere of progress. Where her demands are rejected, no succor she provides. In places of negligence, immorality, and brashness, she never resides. We repeat this once more. Where is she present and where is she absent? It is like a litmus test for us. No point talking about prarabdhas and all of this. It is in this janma. What are we doing? We have a kshetra which we can work on. Let us harmonize it and see how she comes. Her presence is there. So here we see where everyone heeds to the call and turns towards divinity. Where there is this surrender, there is bow to the divinity. Where towards her bliss world there is a revered affinity. Where we understand that yes, Upasana of Mahalakshmi has to be done, and this will be done through beauty and harmony. Those who are turning towards her light, who are trying to manifest that beauty. And to manifest that beauty, you really don't have too much things to do. Like, just you see an artist, what does an artist need? It needs just a blank paper, isn't it? And yet, there, the most beautiful, exquisite painting or artwork can be manifest with just whatever is available. So, with whatever is available, where people are turning towards her with reverence, those who are heeding to her call and establishing this harmonies, who are of thought, mind, deed, all of it, where by all is sought her beautiful harmony and oneness. So, these opposites also are now merging, where people are trying to rise beyond their differences of perspectives and see that oneness. There she really consents and then manifests an atmosphere of progress. Conversely, when progress is happening in an atmosphere, you can say, yes, here Mahalakshmi's blessing is there. Now there will be further growth and abundance. That is the simplest condition for Mahalakshmi. And one question does come, can we not cultivate this? Is this not so? Is it very difficult to cultivate what is being said here? What demands that Mahalakshmi is making? Is it really so difficult for us to achieve? Anybody? What do you
If we
think of?
minimize our desires,
Okay, Ji. We minimize our desires. How will we cultivate this
then
beauty
we
and harmony?
concentrate on this one. Pray,
We concentrate on? Yes, Dr. Sajni
prayer,
Ji?
prayer, and everything.
Okay, prayer is
Who
one aspect, but what about our kartavya or karma, what we are doing? How can we use that as a prayer
I
for
feel
Mahalakshmi?
I
Yeah,
I
okay,
feel maybe, if there's joy in everything you do, so, doing things with joy and collaborating with that, like with
okay,
everybody. And
that's a nice, beautiful thing you've said. Collaborating with the force of the divine. Any moment you can say where we can collaborate with the force of the divine. Any moment you can think of from everyday life.
Whatever action we are doing, we can.
When we meditate, I think
Okay.
then we collaborate with the force of divine.
Okay. Mamtaji says, one in meditation, there is possibility of collaboration. All right. Yes. Anything else?
And when we pray,
Okay.
prayer is also a form of meditation.
Okay. Meditation,
So
one, prayer,
basically, when
another.
we surrender ourselves,
When we surrender ourselves, okay. I think three Mamtaji has said. Anybody would like to add?
I feel when we function with love, so
Okay.
वो इतनी अच्छे से फिर when you come from that unconditional love,
Okay.
you can collaborate so beautifully, moment
We
by
can
moment.
harmonize ourselves with
Yeah.
the divine through love. Say, I am now cooking something. Can I collaborate with the divine while I'm
Yes.
cooking?
I was going to
Yes.
say that even when
yes,
you
we
are
can do that.
cooking,
Yes.
you
Okay.
can cook with chanting her name or with the devotion that you're doing it as
Yes.
perfectly as you can, and whoever eats it gets all the
Yes.
benefits
Yes.
and the nutrients. And so there's a lot of love and devotion in the cooking also. So
So
that
while
goes with
cooking,
each and every action that you do. It's
action,
not
isn't
only
it?
cooking, it's also
Every karma,
reading, every karma that you
speaking.
do, speaking. In
Okay.
everything you can bring the aspect of beauty and harmony,
Nandini ji said
the
something
very
very
conscious
interesting.
effort.
Every karma can become an act of collaboration with the Devi, isn't it?
Yes.
That sounds very much like Adi Shankaracharya's words. Yad yad karma karomi tadakhilam shambho tavaradhanam. That is like every karma. So that is the conscious harmony that we can. When we walk also, our steps are also conscious. We're not going in disharmony. When we are walking together, we're experiencing the joy, the abundance of grace. And the beautiful aspect is if we have this gratitude in us, if with gratitude, whatever little also suddenly starts feeling abundant, what we have. And that allows us to better recognize the gifts that we have and maybe further and strengthen, maybe strengthen our collaboration with the divine. So, yes, these are the points where she says, she consents. The mother says, yes, this is a place I will be present. She says, I will come to that place where there is harmony. And there is this collective harmony. That is one beautiful aspect of Mahalakshmi. Means even the opposites she tries to unite, and where this, we say in an apartment system, everybody is fighting with each other. Most of the apartment system, that is the biggest problem. All you have to do is when you see those fights, how do you identify? Look at the apartment system, see the parking area, see the dullness, see the light which is there. If it is gone down, then you can understand, ki, oops, looks like here there is not much of harmony is going on. And to again re-establish that Mahalakshmi's presence is going to come only when that is established. The Chaitanya of the place will immediately transform. So this is her minimum or basic requirement of Mahalakshmi. But then also is the interesting part where her demands are rejected. What does she do? Where her demands are rejected, no succor she provides. In places of negligence, immorality, and brashness, she never resides. So, where there is negligence, whether out of inertia or out of conscious will, negligence is there, that place she does not. Mahalakshmi leaves that place. Where there is immorality, Mahalakshmi will not touch that place at all. It is the greatest insult to Mahalakshmi, and Mahalakshmi leaves that place. And where there is brashness, the rudeness, the arrogance, all these places. That is why since the Sanatan Dharma, Sanatan times or ancient, I mean all times are Sanatan times, but since the times when the Sanatan texts were written several thousand years ago also, they talked about harmonizing your life with your surroundings. An individual had to be harmonized. No individual was an island. Everybody was connected through one way or the other, through the plant life, animal life, human life. All these interactions had to be harmonized. Sadhana also, everything was a means to move forward. But when those harmonies are lost, as we see many times in societies, well, a place where this brashness, immorality, negligence is rising, just understand that next indication is going to be departure of Mahalakshmi. If Mahalakshmi's presence is there, or if it is not there, it will never come as long as these forces still continue to oppose. Let us continue. All that is ugly, insensitive, and mean, she rejects vehemently. Ugliness, insensitivity. What is the meaning of ugliness here?
I think it's a physical surrounding. If it is dirty, it's not in
Yes,
order.
yes,
Okay.
yes. When it is not in order, when it's a complete distortion of beauty, isn't it?
Yes.
That is the exact opposite. If there's beautiful harmony, suddenly man's greed or some particular action of human nature is destroying it. Well, that is it. She rejects vehemently. The indications of rejection. Man may be lost in Maya, as we saw before. In that Maya, the individual may never understand the rejection, but the rejection is there, and it's not just ordinary, it's a very strong rejection. Where all that is ugly, insensitive. Again, no sensitivity towards another person. That is the basic ground for harmonies to exist. Because people are insensitive, there is disharmony. If there was sensitivity, there would be harmony. The insensitivity is again a great flaw. Meanness is not required at all. Do we have to be harsh and mean to others? Even to wrongdoers, you don't have to be. Those on the path of falsehood, truth only is going to automatically sound mean to them. You don't have to add that dimension of meanness in one's statements. That is Vaktapa of the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna says your speech should also be that way. Words should be spoken with control, with moderation. Don't have to add harshness to it. So this ugliness, insensitivity, and meanness, she rejects vehemently. Also, where true love is not, from that place, she disappears instantly. When love is mixed, distorted, and impure, then she doesn't care. Consequentially, her absence makes that dwelling poverty's lair. Beauty and love, when disrespected, refuse to verily manifest. Mahalakshmi quickly departs, rejecting every invitation's request. This is a very important aspect. This is it is so simple. It is so simple. Appeasing Mahalakshmi is just practicing love. You practice true love, Mahalakshmi will be appeased. And yet you go and against it, you insult that, that is it. The consequences are very clear. If you look at it, her presence, it is this, it is means when there's true love is not there, there will not be presence of Mahalakshmi. She disappears. She says, this is not, it's like I want only the finest. That is pure. No mishram, no kind of adulteration, no adulteration with personal egos, desires, all those things when they enter into even love, it is mixed. And the love which is the highest is the love which is offered to the divine. That is the purest, bereft of attachments. That true, supreme, divine love, if it is not there, it is mixed with other aspects, then she doesn't care. Consequently, her absence makes that dwelling poverty's lair. Absence of Mahalakshmi makes that person, it's like a garden is suddenly blighted. Even the soil looks like it's like all, it's not even a healthy soil. The soil looks poisonous for the plants. It is something like that. Where she lives, that place appears very poor. It does not have to be in dimensions. A big building can look very poor also, and a small home can look so perfect and luxurious and beautiful and abundant when there is the beauty and touch of Mahalakshmi. That is what we can see here. And one of the very simple things, when beauty is disrespected, love is disrespected, both these, they are not manifest, then what is going to happen? Mahalakshmi quickly departs and rejects every invitation's request. No matter how many invitations you give, you cry with all emotions, everything. Hey Bhagwan, मेरे को पैसा दो चाहिए. Nothing is going to come because you are not doing the basic ground. I want harmony in my life. No point crying and begging for harmonies when you are yourself disrespecting any sort of beauty and love. You are only distorting everything, and then what is the use? This she does not. She wants you to understand this is not right. Stop doing it and come out of it, and then watch. Because this is the problem. And she does. No matter, and people keep inviting, but she doesn't come at all. That is the problem. That is where the ground has to be right, isn't it? It is important to understand these powers and their demands, because if we know their demands, it's quite so simple. They don't have any personal demands at all. This is like mother. What will mother ask from the child? What demand can a mother make from a child? Nothing. The mother has no demands. It is the child who has to be right to receive the grace of the mother. And this aspect of Mahalakshmi will not manifest if you disrespect love, if you disrespect beauty. She departs quickly. But this happens, isn't it? Many times this disrespect does happen in our lives. If we have experience, we can see. A question comes to mind, why does this happen? Anybody? Why is there disrespect for love? Why is there disrespect for beauty? It's actually almost natural for the heart, isn't it, to appreciate? Why does the disrespect come? Anybody? What do you think could be the reason?
I think it comes from pride and selfishness.
Pride, selfishness, arrogance, hey, personal egos, personal attachment. I don't, I am so great. This cannot work here, and all
Greedy.
Being
these.
disconnected from the source or the knowledge of who we are. So
Just a
when
moment, one moment, ji, Rachna ji, missed your words. The knowledge is the source of disrespect.
no, when we are disconnected from the source or the
Disconnected.
truth
Okay.
or the truth
Yeah, yeah.
about who
Okay.
we are, if we
Yes.
don't know who we are, then when we interact with everybody else, it will be like a duality. We will always
Okay.
be thinking of others as separate from us, or
Okay.
um, and then
Hmm.
that is where the thing comes about. Uh, uh,
Bheda, no? I am greater. I am
exactly, comparison or
different.
anything difference will always be there when there are two. So
Yes.
that is where the disrespect has a chance to enter.
Yes. 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 All right.
So
Rachna
Shruti,
ji.
one
Yes.
question is that there
Yes.
are many people, I mean, the money, it's like there's so much of money, but the disrespect towards others and everything that is there, then what about that Mahalakshmi element there?
What about
They are
that
absent
Mahalakshmi element in the sense, ji?
in the sense like uh, they have some people have a lot of money, but there is so
Right.
much of disrespect for people around them, the way they treat people or use or
Yes, yes, yes. You've
how do
heard
we
the story of
understand that?
Midas's touch.
Yes. Yes.
He had a lot of money, isn't it? He had the golden touch.
Yes.
What did he experience?
Yeah. He experienced
The
poverty. Yeah.
poverty, isn't it? With gold, and yet he does not have anything, isn't it? This is what happens. An individual may have a big banquet. I mean, his own table might be like a huge table where so many chairs, so many cuisines are there, yet there is no joy on the table. And yet there may be one more home not too far away from that palace where there's just one dish and that is being shared by five members of that home. Yet there is harmony and there is love, and these people are experiencing an ananda which by touched by Mahalakshmi's presence, which is much more so much greater, isn't it? This aspect is lost. Who is living and who is not living the joy of the moment? If you look at it, it has nothing to do with that wealth. For example, this Akshaya Tritiya, you must have heard of this date.
Yes.
What is the meaning of that? Is actually it is the a special day. It is considered as per the legend because on this day only the Akshaya Patra was given, and this was the day. Akshaya means that which will not
Never end.
go down, which will not reduce. So it is said that do something which is auspicious. It is said to be done. Do something nice. And so what do people do? They all rush
Gold
to the
coin.
stores to buy gold, isn't it?
Right. Right.
And what do they do while buying gold? They fight, they bargain, and then that only increases in their life, isn't it? Many times. So this aspect of wealth is not wealth of means power. Poverty can be there are a lot of I've seen a lot of rich poor people and some very poor people who are very rich. I had a very wonderful opportunity of meeting a grandma in the village here who has not earned a single rupee for almost a decade that I know. She has no source of income. Her husband passed away long ago. Her children abandoned her, and she is on her own. And yet, you will not believe a decade, no planning, no advisors for life planning and anything for her. She has been smiling as she was before, even during the COVID period. I was very worried about her because I thought, who will take care of her? What's going to happen? And I did have an opportunity to go after several months. And I saw her wearing a mask. Her mask was having such a big gap that my hand could have gone between the mask and her nose. And yet somehow she has seen life and she is going through and she has that smile and that ananda is there. So just because monetary force might be present in some kind of some people, no, we need not think that it is just Lakshmi's full presence there or Mahalakshmi is satisfied. And her going away also is quite fast. That is also true. Yes, Mamta ji is adding something.
Yes, yes. I wanted to add something. See, we worship Ashtalakshmi. Okay, so
Yeah.
basically, Lakshmi, I mean, she gives eight different types of wealth. Okay,
Okay.
it's not like that money or yeah, it could be in the form of anything like it's Adi Lakshmi, Dhana Lakshmi, Dhana Lakshmi, Dhairya Lakshmi,
Yeah.
and then maybe Vidya Lakshmi, Vijay Lakshmi.
Yes.
There are so many
Yes.
Lakshmis. Okay, so you mentioned about
Santana
that
Lakshmi.
lady. Yes, Santana Lakshmi. So she is blessed with Dhanya Lakshmi. Okay, she may not have the prosperity, I mean, dhan, that wealth, but other
Yes.
wealth, she might be having good wealth, good, connection. I mean, other things. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
so that's what I
Absolutely.
wanted to mention.
Absolutely. Yes, Mamta ji. I think Rashna ji, Mamta ji just has shared another beautiful point, isn't it? So, yes. So this is it. And the thing is, she quickly departs whenever this is respected, no? Beauty and love. So they have to be careful. I know of a particular, I just very closely associated with somebody. They absolutely insult. They had everything in their life. Nothing was wrong. They had a successful business enterprise also, which was going very well. But in that home, because of personal ego of one individual, that person who was supposedly the decision maker and decision taker in the house, that person sent away somebody who was very pure and sincere and righteous. Within 1 year in that same home, that person had to sell off on the same day that person sent out the individual. They sold off their property worth several crores. They did get money for it. But the very fact that gave them strength that they are businessmen and what gave them strength, that only has been removed. Normally, anybody would look at it and get aware, isn't it? And be looking at the event and the time, and it happens on the same day. Yet, because there is still force of ahankar, still disrespect is going on, they are still walking on that path because that is the power of Maya. People don't understand, and sometimes when they understand, it's too late. But Goddess has very strong, you know, force of arrival is also brilliant, And departure also makes a lot of difference. So let's continue. Her presence in the heart is insulted by jealous hatred and greed. If ingratitude and malignant treachery are mixed into her divine mead, she refuses all such corrupted offerings and misplaced devotion. Her Majesty's grace coexists not with vile and crass passion. Unceremoniously she withdraws, never attempting to prolong her stay. Until the evil influence leaves, she never walks the same way. I repeat it once more. Her presence in the heart is insulted by jealous hatred and greed. If ingratitude and malignant treachery are mixed into her divine mead, she refuses all such corrupted offerings and misplaced devotion. Her Majesty's grace coexists not with vile and crass passion. Unceremoniously she withdraws, never attempting to prolong her stay. Until the evil influence leaves, she never walks the same way. This is Mahalakshmi's wrath. Mahalakshmi's wrath is just absence of her presence. That is the wrath of Mahalakshmi. If there is jealous hatred, there is greed in the heart, the greedy hearts will never taste the harmony of Mahalakshmi. If ingratitude and malignant treachery are mixed, meaning you're having ungratefulness, treachery, betrayal, all of that you're practicing and still doing upasana and offering to Mahalakshmi, she considers that a polluted and unworthy offering. She does not take it. She refuses all such corrupted offerings. She recognizes this as a misplaced devotion. It's nothing for her. And because Her Majesty's grace coexists not with vile and crass passion, unceremoniously she will withdraw. When she withdraws, it is like suddenly all the lights of the house are gone. All Chaitanya, meaning a person may still be in possession of material things, but the joy and ananda that used to come in that presence, that's all gone. It is suddenly withdrawn, and she does not attempt to prolong her stay, not even she does not attempt to let me extend. So, okay, let us give them chance. No, she has seen it. She has understood the truth. This place has been polluted. Yeah, अपमान तो महालक्ष्मी का ही हुआ है, तो she leaves that place. She did not come there again. She never again walks that same road again. That's why I say Mahalakshmi comes quickly and she goes away also. That is the game of life. But there is a hope here actually for her. Until the evil influence leaves, she never walks the same way, meaning she can come back again when that evil influence is removed. This is an interesting thing. It is the evil influence of greed and treachery, all of that. When it is mixed, she leaves. That is one thing we can see. Let's continue. When the hateful poison of bitterness is rejected, she is appeased. As harmony and beauty return, the mother is easily pleased. By rigid asceticism or suppression of heart, she cannot be won. Oppressors of the soulful beauty and life face her quick rejection. Through beautiful love, she connects with men to further her action. Life becomes a felicitous poem divine only by her creative sanction. She is the goddess of creative harmonies also. She will make your life a beautiful poem when her blessing is there. That is what we see. So, when this hateful poison of bitterness is rejected, she is appeased. Simple. Simple. If you are seeing the absence, identify the source. Where is that? Where was that bitterness in that home? Because sometimes the place where you stay is a place of coexistence, isn't it? One individual stays with multiple people, but if anybody does that, you have to quickly understand this was the mistake and quickly try to course correct. What is this course correction? Reject that poison. of hatred, that bitterness that is there in the heart. Remove that, and harmonies will be resumed. As if nothing went. Suddenly all shall come back. But that is the problem of the ego, isn't it? The ego does not, the ego will say, I will like to take that poison and end myself, but I will not leave that poison of bitterness. That is the problem in most human hearts. So that is important. Reject it and appease Mahalakshmi. Because as harmony and beauty return in your life, the mother is easily pleased. One interesting aspect is that by rigid asceticism or suppression of heart, she cannot be won. Oppressors of the soulful beauty of life face her quick rejection. What is this rigid asceticism or suppression of the heart? Anybody? Mahalakshmi does not accept it.
Because asceticism is actually a suppression. It's not a full expression. Because you are rejecting something which needs to be expressed. So
Yes.
that is why she cannot accept that rigid asceticism and suppression of heart. Heart is an instrument for emoting, for showing your emotions, for expressing. And if you suppress that, then you are not expressing yourself fully. So that is why
Yeah.
she will not accept it.
Isn't it? And she's a mother, isn't it? She is the
Yes.
divine mother. She wants the child to grow. No yogi can also transform himself or grow by rigid suppression. There has to be a transcendence, isn't it?
Yes.
It's one desire. I remember when I first joined my teacher, I felt I had to have certain disciplines, and I was not able to understand because I have to control my desires. And so I remembered very well. I felt like eating a particular food, bhel puri to be precise. So what to do? I went to my guru and I said, I'm feeling like eating. What should I do? He said, go and eat. I was shocked. I was not understanding. What do you mean, go and eat? He said, go and eat. And I asked him how much. He said, "You eat how much ever you want." I didn't really understand what it was, but I thought, chalo, I've got a green signal. So day one I ate, day two I ate, day three, and then I thought it's enough. And somehow that desire then went away. And that is the real movement forward. It is not by rigid suppression and rigid suppression of beauty, soulful beauty of life. This life is a Chaitanya. This is full of joy and bliss that we have to experience. It is not by suppressing it. Mahalakshmi will not accept it, is what we can understand. Those who are oppressing the beauty of life, they will face rejection. Then it is through beautiful love, a love that is clear, that is, selfless, that is about giving and not about receiving and, extracting like a parasite. That giving one, she connects to further her action. Through that, she brings out harmonies. She brings about her transformation. And what happens to life with Mahalakshmi's grace? Well, she has seen that there's no bitterness in the heart. There's a overflowing love in that particular heart of the seeker, and that heart is trying to manifest harmonies everywhere and is sincere. Well, she gives her blessing. Her blessing is that touch. It is that sparsha of Mahalakshmi which will make a life itself becomes like a beautiful, poem. It becomes like a blissful transformation, like a miraculous movie. That is how life becomes with the touch of our Mahalakshmi. Into life's canvas, she pours celestial colors and richness, harmony, and perfect order's prevalence. All are omens of her happiness. Even the simplest and commonest things she makes divine. In all moments, her intuitive breath kisses a spirit splendidly fine. Mahalakshmi raises the hearts where she dwells to heights of marvel. She grants wisdom for occult and mystic secrets to unravel. So into life's canvas, she pours celestial colors and richness. Harmony and perfect order's prevalence, all are omens of her happiness. Meaning Mahalakshmi is trupta with you, how will you identify? If there is harmony and order, perfect order is prevailing. Just look at a meeting you are having, say with friends, with family, or even a meeting of at a workplace. If you want to see Mahalakshmi's presence there, if you are able to manifest the harmonies there, and it's a greatly moving forward in constructive harmony, that even that our business meeting will feel like what a brilliant experience of Ananda, because that is it. Into life's canvas, she pours celestial colors and richness. Even the simplest and commonest thing she makes divine. In all moments, her intuitive breath kisses a spirit splendidly fine. Mahalakshmi raises the hearts where she dwells to heights of marvel. In that felicity, in that ananda of Mahalakshmi's grace, the heart just swells and it rises. The person, gets emancipated to experience things. And in that emancipation, she also gives that brilliant wisdom of the occult and mystic secrets, which then begin to unravel. She is the goddess of an occult wisdom also. This Devi then grants that blessing also. Yoga with the divine, she makes possible in man knowledge, harmony, and devotion. She unites like no force can. Mahalakshmi's rhythm sets strength and force into a dance graceful. Perfection she directs into strength, with longevity's charm powerful. So, if you see, what is this Mahalakshmi doing? She is making this yoga with the divine. She makes it possible. The connection. What is yoga ultimately? Union, isn't it? Union comes when the separation is gone. Separation of what? Separation of the Nara and the Narayana. That division is removed. That is possible by the grace of the mother. She raises a person in that through knowledge, harmony, and devotion. All three she can make one inside of. It's like the best blender of all these three. That is this Devi. And her rhythm sets strength and force into a dance graceful. So just a beautiful dance becomes powerful, strong, and that perfection, this is the goddess who brings about perfection. She directs into the strength and she gives it a charm of longevity also. It will last for a long time to come. These are what we can say the powers of Mahalakshmi and how she works in our plane. And with this, we are ready to move to the fourth power, which is the power of Mahasaraswati. That is something we will be looking at tomorrow. Before we move ahead, I would and conclude today's session. If anybody wishes to ask or share something, you are welcome, or we'll just look at the some take home points that we have seen today and then conclude with the Shanti Mantra. Yes, Payalji is saying something. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Ji.
I have a question here because
Yes.
in society there will be a party and I'm going as a volunteer. So is it okay? Because here you know that people are mostly non-veg. So is it okay if I serve non-veg food to them? And will it be against the against Mars' will of harmony and love?
That is a good question, isn't it? Now, the Desha Kala Paristhiti, where are you? And what is definition of non-veg changes in different places. Fish is offered to Mahakali and that is not considered anything else, isn't it? Now, the Kala and the Paristhiti, where are you? What are you doing? And your question is whether you should go to a party or what was it? I didn't understand the main question. Because
Uh,
this aspect, so far, we did not see Mahakali specifically talking about diet anywhere, or Mahalakshmi, or Maheshwari.
yeah,
So,
because we
the
volunteer.
question was,
I will be volunteering for
okay.
the party. So serving food or games and
Okay.
all. So, is it okay if I serve non-veg food to the people who come attend the
Do
party?
you feel non-veg is a disharmony? Eating non-veg is a disharmony for you?
Yeah. No, no, no. I'm just asking. Will it be
No, do you
against the?
feel it is up to the individual? If you are feeling it is a disharmony, then you should not eat it and create disharmony in your mind. And then, if in the kshetra, yeah, and here when you are serving, if not
Hmm.
serving is going to create disharmony in that place, then why will you want to manifest a disharmony there?
Yes.
One, isn't it, Ji?
Mm.
You may, if you feel strongly against whatever your organization's ideals and principles are, you might want to once try and see if you feel it is going against the organization's ideals. But otherwise, if you as a volunteer, you are doing your duty. And I do not think, and maybe what you can do is you can take Mahalakshmi with you,
Yes, exactly. That is the
isn't
best
it?
thing to do. So you will be
Isn't
the
it?
safest.
Call upon the Devi. Goddess, I am in trouble. I don't know. How do I manifest these harmonies? Give me the direction. Because when we were reading the Bhagavad Gita, a question was asked, can I go for a vacation? And this was a young participant. And I was surprised. I said, did Krishna show me the shloka where Krishna says you should not go for a vacation? Or no, we are going to celebrate, we're going to have fun. And he said, does the divine want you to not have fun? Is there a shloka like that? And then they say, what should I do? Then there is a beautiful shloka. Yad ashnosi is what Krishna is saying. Yad johoshi yat kurushva madarpanam.
Mm.
Krishna says, whatever your enjoyments also, so take him to the party. Experience. Take him to your trip and watch the experience. And the individual did share some very special spiritual experience in the most unlikely place. So the harmonies we are talking about, let us see. You can have your personal preferences. Do not eat something which will make you disharmonious with yourself on the inside. But when you are a volunteer and you are not somebody who is taking a decision, I don't think we need to worry so much about that. Rather, let us have that beautiful harmony while serving. Maybe I may not like something, but if that is the work that we are doing, it is our karma. If you see, there's a beautiful Vyadha Gita taught by a butcher. So again, it is up to the individual there. One
Thank
interesting thing is these devas don't talk too much about diet choice. They
you.
talk about desires and attachments. Attachments are bad. Whether you're attached to even vegetarian food can become rajasic and troublesome. Non-vegetarian food can also become rajasic and troublesome. It's up to the individual. Diet choice is not really so specified, at least not in the Gita as well. Yes, Ji.
Thank you
Hari Om.
so much.
Namaskar.
Nandini
Namaskar.
was saying
Yes,
on
Ji.
in context something. Nandini ji was saying
I was
something.
I'm
saying,
sorry. Yes.
I was actually reiterating what Shushruti was saying, that take the mother with you and be very conscious of what your inner being is saying. So once you are in alignment with what your inner being is saying and you do that, then you'll automatically be harmonious with whatever decisions you take. So always carry the mother with you. I always, the moment I step out of the house, I carry the mother with me and I say, Mom, you're with me. I'm going here. So it's every moment of your life, you just remember and offer. Remember her and offer yourself to her. And if you do this very consciously and very sincerely, you will be at peace, whatever you do, in the
Thank you.
mind
Thank
and
you.
in the heart.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Ji. Hari Om. Yes,
Thank you
Ji.
so
Yes. All right. So if anybody would like to share some of the take-home points that we can take from today's session on Mahalakshmi, with that we will then conclude our session today. Yes, anybody? Any take-home points that we can take with us today?
So, with every activity that we do throughout the day, whether it be reading or cooking or sleep, whatever activity we are doing, let us try and bring harmony and beauty into
Yes.
it in a very
Yes.
conscious and aware
Yes.
in an effective
Yes.
way.
Yes. Yes. Ji. Absolutely.
It's a very
Yes.
beautiful concept, very simple and easy to practice if we are
Ji.
conscious at every moment of our actions.
Yes. Yes, and let us never do anything that is going to disrespect Mahalakshmi. Let us not insult love. Let us not be arrogant. Let us not be brash. Let us be a little more sensitive. Let us understand the perspective of the other side also, so there is more harmony. And that is where the blessing and the higher wisdom also will come from this Devi. Mahalakshmi is also very powerful. We should not just think she's only about beauty. Her strength is also so much, so great. And that knowledge will come to us when we create that ground for receptivity. And the beautiful aspect is let us overwhelmingly love the mother in every moment we get. Maybe with gratitude, it will look very easy for us. Every moment can become a moment of prayer and thanks when we are grateful. So I think with this, we can conclude unless somebody else wishes to add something. We conclude with the Shanti mantra. Shweta is adding something? Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
just that let us move from regular petty desires to lofty aspirations, and
Yes,
that
yes,
union, that yogic union, which
yes, yes, yes,
Yes, very beautiful.
absolutely.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a wonderful collective aspiration we can all have, isn't
Yes.
it? Yes, ji. Thank you. Yes, please. Let us conclude with the Shanti mantra. Om Mamba Laita Devi Jagadambe Janani Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha Mamba Lalita Devi Tvamananda Sagari Namastasya 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 Namo Namaha Sarvamangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trambake Devi Narayani Namostute Narayani Namostute Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Namaskar. Punarmilama. We will meet again tomorrow. Namaskar.
Thank
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hari
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, Ji.
Hari Om,
Namaskar.
Prashad ji.
Thank you, Ji. Hari
Namaste.
Om Ji. Namaskar.
Yep.